I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. He would say things like, I think girls are stinky poos. If I heard him, I would immediately say, I don't think girls are stinky poos. But of course, now I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all this time. The best I can figure is that I'm somewhere around 52nd or 53rd most popular this year. But the good news is that I'm about to move up one spot because Charles Davis is above me and he's getting his braces next week. Um, I tried to explain all this popularity stuff to my friend Rowley, who is hovering right around the 150 mark, by the way. But I think it just goes in one ear and out the other with him. Today we had FISAT, so the first thing I did when I got outside was sneak off to the basketball court to see if the cheese was still there, and sure enough, it was. The cheese has been sitting on the blacktop since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something, but a sandwich or something. And after a few days, the cheese started getting all moldy and nasty and nobody would play basketball in the court where the cheese was, even though there was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one day, this kid named Darren Walsh touched the cheese with his finger. And that's what started this thing called the cheese touch. It's basically like the cookies. If you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it on to someone else. The only way to protect yourself from the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. But it's not that easy remembering to keep your fingers crossed every moment of the day. So I ended up taping mine together so they stay crossed all the time. I got a D in handwriting, but it was totally worth it. Um, because this one kid named April got the cheese touch in April, and nobody would even come near him for the rest of the year. This summer, Abe moved away to California and took the cheese touch with him. I just hope that someone doesn't start the cheese touch up again because I don't need that kind of stress in my life anymore. Um, Thursday. I'm having a really hard time getting used to the fact that summer is over and I have to get out of bed every morning to go to school.